From ReminderMedia, this is Stay Paid.
Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Stay Paid Halloween special.
Halloween.
Luigi?
Yes.
It's Luigi, and it's me, Mario. Does Luigi
Wait.
Yeah.
If you wonder what that sound means, go to our YouTube channel.
Gotta watch the YouTube channel.
You will see Josh in semi-tights. Semi-tights.
We are dressed up as Mario and Luigi, if you couldn't tell. And the reason why, our content team, and they're going to have some behind-the-scenes footage. So you're going to get to see, we have the whole gang here. We got King Bowser. Yeah. We got to go beat him up after this podcast. Defeat Bowser. We've got Yoshi with the turtle shell backpack on here. But we always dress up for Halloween. So the first year we did Ron Burgundy and Brick. So we were the anchormen. We did it live on our sales floor. That was kind of fun. We did scary sales stories. Last year we did Napoleon Dynamite.
Which was one of my favorite years because you get to see Josh do the Napoleon Dynamite dance. If you haven't seen it, it's worth rewatching the episode for.
And we did scary KPI stories. This year they dressed us up as Mario and Luigi because we are not only the Stay Paid pals, which Mario and Luigi are our pals also, but we also drop lots of golden nuggets on this podcast from our guests.
Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? All right, I got to hold it to the mic.
It's golden nuggets, golden coins. Jesse's going to be throwing coins at us every time we
Are
lay
they
down
chocolate
a golden
coins?
nugget.
They're not chocolate coins? Oh, shoot. All right.
All right, so we're going to do some, this year's theme is scary work from home stories.
Oh, boy.
So what we've done is we've polled our listeners and we've polled our own employees because, hey, we're in a whole new world right now. Everybody's working from home. There's sure to have been some embarrassing moments, which we're going to get to, or some scary moments working from home, making the transition. But also we're going to do some scary sales stories. So we're kind of going to go back and forth and read some of these stories and have a little bit of fun today.
This golden nugget on my lap is extra sensitive. Because it keeps going off every time I move.
So that was
Don't
the golden
take
nugget.
that the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take that the wrong way.
So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this, but hopefully we're also gonna learn a little bit from these stories. So our first one,
I don't know what we're gonna learn, but it's gonna be fantastic.
Our first one actually comes from one of our own team members, one of our recruiters. This is a little creepy. So this is sort of a
These are true stories.
This is a scary remote work from home story. He called a candidate who applied and asked a few moments to speak about his application resume. The candidate immediately asked me where I live because he helps run a satellite and would like to zoom in on my apartment to make sure I am a real person. I passed on his offer and decided he might not be a culture fit.
In a way, you almost go, I kind of want to interview this person.
There's kind of a lesson here. Now, that was a pretty clear red flag, but there's a little bit of a business lesson here where if you got that thing in the back of your mind saying
wants to zoom
this
in
might
on your
not be
home.
right, trust your gut. I don't think that would be a good culture fit. No,
tell the bird one. You gotta do the bird one. I love this one.
So he also, in working from home, he said he had 3 large windows and like a large sliding glass door. He's in the middle of pitching one of the candidates, probably a sales candidate. And the bird flew into the window, made a loud crash, and he got a little distracted.
And my lesson to you, Mike, is, hey man, that bird, your pitch was so bad, the bird tried to kill itself.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding, Mike. You're a great recruiter.
Another story. This is going to be a theme. All right, I'm just giving you guys a heads up. You could probably predict where some of these stories are going. This one comes from another member on our team. She says, when first starting to work from home, it was a big adjustment for my husband to get used to the concept of me being on video calls all day. One day, I told my husband I'd be on a call for the next hour, not to bother me. About 15 minutes into the call, he tiptoes into the room to grab something. He didn't know he's in sight on the camera, and to my horror, I began realizing he's standing in the background in his boxers. He quickly runs out before I could turn the video off. I still don't know if anyone on the video call noticed, but since that day, we've set up work from home guidelines in the house.
Well, you know what's funny is that, you might not notice. Some boxers, people are wearing such short shorts these days, you don't even notice.
That's probably the least that you could be in danger of if you're walking around in the background wearing boxers. But I actually asked this person because they're on our team. I said, was that true? Because she goes, yeah, I was like on one of these calls that we're on right now and nobody noticed.
That shows you people's awareness. We actually had one. Now, this person didn't submit it, so I'm not going to share any names, but we're on our sales meeting, and it's all of a sudden apparent that his significant other just got out of the shower and came up behind him in a towel And everybody's faces, except our sales director, Mike Campanelli, he's talking. He's not noticing. Everybody's faces were like, and it was, I swear, it was like 5 seconds away from this is going to be a disaster because she's going up to her dresser. And the funniest part about it was seeing the salesperson's face because he's looking at the screen.
Looking what's happening behind him.
He's looking at the screen, and all of a sudden he goes, wait, that's me. That's it. And then he's scrambling and hits the thing, and then everybody's faces go down, and you can tell they're like texting each other. But Mike Campanelli didn't even notice that. He just kept talking. It was the funniest thing. I was like, oh, we avoided a disaster there. That would have been a nightmare.
Well, speaking of which, Kelly did not avoid the disaster.
Oh.
She said, I was on a Zoom call with a not-so-tech-savvy client. She was in her bedroom, and her husband was walking around naked in the background.
No way.
So no avoiding disaster there. But no, dude,
I had a client.
The struggle's real.
I was going to say, I shared this on one of our other Halloween episodes. I was doing a sales call, and it was this lady, and I called her, and it had to be a follow-up call. I can't remember the exact situation, but for some reason, she felt it necessary to tell me that she just got out of the shower and was butt naked talking to me. And I was like, you don't have to tell me that. Actually, our VP of Client Success Operations interviewed for his position while he was taking a poop on the toilet. Yeah, he shared that with me after he got the job. His screening
Now, this was pre-video calls?
Yeah, it was pre-video.
Yes,
It was our recruiter, Carrie, called him, and he said he knew it was like a recruiting call, and he didn't want to miss it, but he was on the toilet, so he picked it up, and he didn't realize they were going to do a full screening interview right there. And he sat there for like 30 minutes.
Well, hey, man.
Hey, whatever you got to do to
take the opportunity.
Take the job. Sometimes you got to deal with a lot of poop to get to where you want to go. I don't know.
That's a golden nugget. Throw those golden coins.
Throw those coins at us.
Hey!
Oh, we're under attack up here. Okay.
This also comes from Kelly. This is a scary sales story. This one's a little bit serious. She was showing a listing which is in a very removed and wooded area. I'm sure a lot of our real estate agents can relate to this. The guy I was showing was a blind lead, and I could only see the house late in the evening, or he could only see the house late in the evening after his shift at a local hospital. So I never met him before. Upon arrival, I saw he was a very tall and intimidating man, very quiet. I walked up to the steps to the front door, which was on a little small deck where I had to open the lockbox. He was standing right behind me and couldn't have been any closer. My heart was racing, and I was planning on maybe stabbing him with my keys or spraying him with my mace. When I finally got the door open and went inside vacant, the house had lights on, and there was an old 70s music playing. This is such a creepy
that's
setup.
like a horror movie.
The client I was showing the house to, who was previously a man of few words and did not seem to be the funny type, said, "Oh, wonderful. They left on mute music for us." I was petrified the entire time. He ended up being just slightly odd, lacking obvious social skills, but I ended up selling him the place.
That is crazy. Well, yeah, congrats on selling the place, but I'm proud of you for carrying mace, and next time be careful.
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, we've all read the stories. You guys got to be safe out there. There's tons of companies that help you with that. Safe Showing, Silent Beacon, Trust Amp. There's a lot of tools out there available. But at the end of the day, great getting the listing or getting the house, but also, be safe.
And those keys can be dangerous weapons. Like, they teach you, grab those keys and freaking if I had keys right now, I'd show you, Josh. Like, I'd show you how to.
This took a turn.
This got a really dark and scary.
We went from fun, stay PayPal Mario Brothers to Halloween
kill.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Keychain Massacre.
Yeah,
I missed the pun. I was so close.
You're usually so good at puns.
If we sound odd, like we're talking through felt, it is because we are.
You would think, because the rest of the costume, like if you're listening to this, it's not doing you justice. The rest of you got to go watch it on YouTube.
The only reason we do these are for the video.
Yeah, we're not doing this for the audio, people. The rest of the costume is fantastic, except the mustache. You go, man, you guys really skimped out on your costume.
I saw a hilarious, this has nothing to do with anything other than it reminded me of a hilarious meme where the lady was like, she was putting on her face mask. Because I was thinking maybe you could tie these back around your ears or something. She's putting on her face mask. She goes, "Oh man, it's too hot out here. I can't get away with my one piece." And so she puts on a bikini face mask. It's got a little strip over the nose and a strip over the mouth. I got to use my two-piece.
That's actually a great segue into that one horror story we got.
Uh-oh.
Of being seen in...
Put me on the spot.
Oh, man. This
Put
is
me on the
called.
spot.
This is why you prep,
Chelsea,
Mario.
Chelsea says, my fiance has been working from home and using a Zoom virtual background. He assured me his coworkers wouldn't see me as I was walking by in my bikini to go to the pool. While I don't think they saw most of me, but I most definitely did show up looking very much underdressed for a meeting.
Was it
that's
a
the scary
polka
part about
dot
virtual
bikini?
backgrounds. Like, they're designed to recognize people.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're like a little further away, don't rely on the virtual background. Get yourself a dedicated workspace. We have Tanya. This one is a scary sales story. So Tanya says, I had a listing and knew I had the perfect buyer for the house. The buyer loved the house and the seller was so excited about them being the buyers. The seller had an attorney working on some probate issues that had to be resolved before we could move forward. As we were waiting, the seller got a call from a stranger who said they had just bought her house in a foreclosure auction. She told me she had been getting calls but was ignoring them after her attorney told her so. She had 2 attorneys and neither of them knew that her house was going to auction and she lost the house.
That's like a sad story. Bowser over there is like breaking down crying.
You
That's
got to know
crazy.
what's going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you got to. Hey, this is a business lesson. Get into the details.
Yeah.
Get into the details
Yeah.
of what is happening in your business, or in this case, with your home. We have, all right, so I told you there's going to be a theme here.
Yeah. Why do
Melvin,
people like to get naked on video? It's weird.
Melvin says the husband came into the room. I guess he was speaking with either a client or a coworker. The husband came into the room, grabbed his wife around her chest, and began laying out the evening's activities for about 10 seconds before he realized they were live and the mic was hot.
Whoops. That's one way to drive views.
You're not muted. You're not muted. Also, he submitted a scary sales story. Preparing for a showing, arrived 10 minutes early like a good realtor. Homeowners appear to be gone, but I still ring the doorbell, knock on the door, and as I open the door, I announce myself, and a teenage boy and girl are getting dressed as they run down a hallway. They tell me afterwards they thought they had time because they heard all realtors are late. I explained to them...
No way, this is not true. It's true.
I explained to them my mother's penchant for being 10 to 15 minutes early and my 20-plus years in the military. I am rarely late for anything.
The lesson there is sometimes be late, I guess.
No, man, the lesson there is
it's
like, hey, look, there's a perception.
Hey,
So what are you
realtors
doing
are
to
not
fix
late.
that perception?
Yeah, realtors are not late.
Also, Melvin, thank you for your service in the military.
Yes.
Diane, let's see, this is our last submission. Diane says, I ended up in the middle of my son's virtual chamber music rehearsal for USC. He's a sophomore there this year as a clarinet major, but he's at home taking classes virtually. I didn't realize my email was a backup for his USC account. So I got an email around 2 o'clock, apparently because he couldn't get into the class, and I clicked on the link not knowing what it was. Little did I realize I clicked into the class as I was taking a rest at that time on my bed, and everybody in his performance class could see me. He started texting me, get out of my class, get out of my class. And I was like, what the? When I finally realized what was happening, I couldn't get my phone camera to stop. I was laughing hysterically, but I was totally embarrassed all at the same time. So even in the virtual world, mothers are still embarrassing their children at school. No longer is it telling them I love you when I drop you off. It's popping
so
into your
good.
class while you're taking a rest on the bed.
Yeah, and the lesson there is don't be afraid to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid
Throw some
to
golden
laugh.
coins
Yeah,
in that.
throw
That's,
some
that's a golden nugget. Don't take stuff so seriously. Like us. Take it from us. Don't take it too seriously.
You might just find out one day that you can dress up as Mario and Luigi on a podcast.
You too.
You
could be here.
You too could achieve this level of success.
Oh, by the way, we are going to be picking a winner from the clients who
Yes.
submitted, listeners who submitted your work from home story. So we're going to be giving away a Stay Paid Zip Up sweatshirt. So
And
we're going to
they're
be
awesome.
picking that winner and then emailing you shortly. So thank you so much for listening. Head on over to @StayPaid or StayPaidPodcast.com for the show notes and the video of this episode. You can also find it on YouTube. So you can search Stay Paid Podcast on YouTube. Search Stay Paid Halloween. You're probably going to get to this video. You can also follow us on Instagram. We are @Stay Paid Podcast, where I'm sure I can already see producer Ariel's mind working. She's like, I have so many clips already figured out for this episode. So make sure to check us out there. If you're looking for ways to support the show, there's 2 ways we ask you to do that. First is to rate us 5 stars on iTunes and to leave a comment. The second is to tell a friend about us and share on your social media. So I want to close this one out because this is Halloween with a couple of,
Dad jokes?
you guessed it, Halloween
Love
dad
this.
jokes. Who won the skeleton beauty contest?
I don't know.
Nobody. Because they're skeletons and they don't have bodies. Who did the ghost take to the dance?
Nobody.
Her boo. And last of all, why are there fences around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in. That's this episode of Stay Paid. I am one of your hosts. It's me, Joshua.
I'm Luke. And the action item from this podcast is be safe, set guidelines, don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, and one day you might end up to be able to dress up as Mario and Luigi on a podcast yourself. The difference between a top producer and a mediocre producer in any industry that we've worked in is top producers take action. Take action on that today. Love you guys. Dude, I'm afraid to rip it off. Duct tape is strong. That was great.